I was really sad, and because I wasn't talking about everything, I felt I was very alone, but not entirely, because I have a little baby growing inside me, and so though that meant I wasn't really alone, that also made it scarier, because this wasn't just about saving myself, it was about saving this baby. Even now I look back, I'm like, all this time I thought that I was just fighting to save him. But he saved me. He saved me from the pit that I fell in and the bad choices that I made. And he inspired me to do better and to be better, and he showed me a side of myself that I didn't even know that I had. My first pregnancy was not planned. I was 23 years old and living with my boyfriend at the time, which is something my mother strongly advised against. But you know, I knew everything at the time, so I went against her good advice, and lo and behold, I ended up pregnant. But our relationship was already a mess, and getting married didn't make anything better. It complicated the problems that we already had, and he was addicted to crystal meth, and I tried to deny that as I would. I was like, no, he's not, and I tried to make all the excuses in the world, and of course he wouldn't admit to that, and so that was, you know, caused the root of a lot of our other problems that we had. When I told my dad that I was pregnant, I remember I was afraid, because they didn't want me living with him. My dad he went to a Beach Boys concert. He was at a Beach Boys concert, and he called. Holy crap. And he held his phone up when they played the song Don't Worry Baby. That's how my dad reacted. My mom, she's the lighthouse. She's just there. She doesn't even necessarily have to say it. She was just there. I know where to find her when I need her. And I don't remember exactly what she said, but I knew that we were in it together. His violence was, it was getting worse as the time went on, and the relationship just was strained. As in most domestic violence relationships, I wasn't really talking to anybody about it. To my family, everybody thought everything was great. We're married, and we're gonna have a baby, and we had a cute little house, and we got a new car, and like everything looked great from the outside. But inside, I was just like falling apart. It was Super Bowl Sunday, and we had another domestic violence throwdown, and my parents bailed me out, and when I went home to them, I had decided that was it. Not only like the technical part of getting away and escaping, but confessing to my family that they were right, I was wrong, and I took a risk that basically ended me up where everyone that loved me told me, hey, watch out, and I didn't take their warnings, and so now I had to confess that I messed up. My parents, of course, they're the best. They accepted me with open arms. There was none of this, I told you so, and they let me come home, and I just remember the first couple nights sleeping on the floor in my old bedroom, and then trying to figure out how to, improve my situation. And I didn't think about how tired I was, because I had to be ready to wake up in the middle of the night when my baby needed me. It was hard, but it happened, and it was so worth it. Every tear I cried, every time my heart cracked, every scar that still remains on my heart was so worth it, because because my child is just the greatest gift. Chad, as a baby, he was the sweetest, nicest little child that just makes you want to have 100 babies. He was just happy, and I just I can see that picture of him clear in my mind. And it was one of those nights that my whole life was a mess then, but where he was just perfect, peaceful, and everything that God made us to be. And all my worries fell away. Just being there with him. It was one of the few times that I remember just being in the moment with my child and nothing else mattered. That's when I started spending more time with my good friend Sean Tyrone, and we had been friends before. I met my ex, and he was one of the ones that warned me. He was one of the good friends that gave me the good advice that I didn't take. And so we started spending more time together and talking about things, and we just slowly and peacefully and perfectly just fell in love. And it wasn't planned, and it wasn't anything that either of us had ever thought, because we had just been friends. And then it just, not only did he want to be with me, but the night that he proposed to me, he also asked to be Chad's father. And so he was in it for both of us. And so we got married, and Chad was at the wedding. He was almost 3. He cried during the ceremony, super cute. And Sean adopted him, and is now his father. And we are, we became a family, and then we had our daughter Anza, which was planned. She was planned. Chad, he is the coolest guy. He is 15 and taller than all of us, and he's funny, he's witty, quick, and has really smart mouth answers to a lot of things. He's friendly to everybody he meets, and he's helpful. He's a mechanic like his dad. He works on dirt bikes, and even right now, this week he's been helping all his friends at the skate park to fix their bikes. We have the coolest family. I love my family. I mean, we have our times and our moments where, we butt heads and have our troubles, but every day of my life is, it sounds cheesy, but it is like a dream come true. And no matter how you plan, and no matter how strategic your map might be of what you think your life ought to be, unexpected winds are bound to blow. And like the sailors say, when the winds shift, you adjust your sails. And you never know where those unexpected winds might blow you, and what uncharted islands you might get to explore, and the wonderful things that you might find there when you just embrace the life that you've been given.